Hi, I'm Jeff and welcome to my shop. This is a little bit different video than I normally do because I'm receiving a new tool and I'm going to just sort of do an unboxing setup. I'm going to focus maybe less on that than what I'm doing and why. So this is my old DeWalt 735 planer. This is the planer that everybody has because it's a freaking beast. Like for what this thing costs, it's been a workhorse for me for a long time, and it's finally time to move on and get something a little bigger. So based on me being in a basement down here, not being able to unfortunately bring down what I'd love, it would be like a 16-inch joiner planer combo, just can't physically work with my constraints. I'm going with a brand new tool that I'll talk about in a second. But let's first talk about this guy and what I did over time to make it more useful. So first of all, I built this cart underneath. This cart was specially built so that this feeds materials out just above the height of my table saw and the fence over there, so that I can use that for an extended outfeed sort of area, stacking area, while I'm doing big piles of stuff. I also, one of the challenges with this machine is you can get a little bit of snipe sometimes depending on how it's set up, and they're sort of attachable infeed outfeed tables. They're just kind of cheap and crappy. So what I did was I built this sled that goes inside. So this was from some really sort of stiff, flat material. It extends beyond the table in the front and across the back, and I will occasionally wax this surface. And it virtually eliminates snipe except for like really small pieces. But this has a limitation in terms of its width. It's 13 inches wide. I seldom want to do anything bigger than that, but it has straight blades and it's underpowered when you're doing a big project of really hard stuff. Like I'm in the middle of doing some flooring right now that I'm refinishing. So I decided, because of that project and my next project, which is really going to require more power, more capacity, I'm going to upgrade to a slightly bigger planer, but with a helical head and a 220 volt motor instead of 110. It can just do an awful lot more work. So I'll just take a couple more seconds here and really talk about, I'll sort of move around and show some of the features here. But down the front, this is all set up for all my little sort of spring hand clamps. That continues over on the opposite side as well. It looks virtually identical. Let me walk over here and show what I did for the exhaust. When you're really pushing this machine hard, as I have sometimes, it can sort of tend to get chips clogged in the exhaust. And I have a 2 horsepower dust collector that does an adequate job of pulling stuff away, but the original factory connection here just got clogged and didn't work. So I sort of fabric-cobbled this PVC elbow on here, and it's been much better since then. A bigger dust collector would be nice, particularly when I get the bigger planer, but for now this has been really effective. So over here on the front of the cart, which is sort of the in-feed side, you can see I built this cabinet. It's on casters, so it just tucks nicely into a corner when I'm not using it. It's completely out of the way. It doesn't take up any floor space. And underneath, I have some just weird stuff in here that I don't use terribly often. I have sort of my stud finders, or calipers, marking and measuring stuff for big things, walls and stuff. Some clamps that I use infrequently. But I sort of know where those guys all are, and since they don't get used much, having them tucked away in a corner works pretty well. So I think that's all I really want to say, and maybe more than you wanted at this point. I had always considered bolting this onto the table and never found it to be an issue. I just have some light clamps on here, C-clamps, and that's always been adequate. The newer machine, which is more power, I may end up choosing to do that, but we will wait and see. So supposed to be receiving my brand new Oliver planer tomorrow. It's a brand new device just released onto the market, and I'm really excited about it. So hopefully you'll enjoy watching me unbox it and start to put it to work. Thanks for watching. finish this video with some preliminary thoughts on this new Oliver 15-inch planer. So first and foremost, did it give me the things I was hoping for with the additional power? Yes. Is there a big benefit to the helical head versus the straight blades of the DeWalt? Absolutely. So this thing has dramatically more power, and with that more power, the longer life of the carbide blades, etc., it's actually quieter. I don't have a ton of time on it yet. I have probably several hours of playing this super hard heart pine flooring. The DeWalt struggled with that. This machine eats it up like it's nothing. So a couple things to keep in mind. One, it was having a little bit of a hard time feeding, I think because that material is not just hard, but it's also smooth. So make sure you have your in and out feed tables adjusted correctly. You want them to be a little bit above the main planer table and get the right angle so that they facilitate feeding and prevent snipe, as well as get it up and snug against those feed rollers. So pay attention to the digital readout. If you raise and lower the bed when it's not plugged in, it will forget where it was and you'll have to go back and recalibrate. That only takes a minute or two, but you have to go all the way down to the bottom and then bring back up to where you're working. So better if you can remember and not do that. So long term, I'm really excited about what this machine is going to bring to my shop here. It does not have a dust ejection blower like the DeWalt does, so I probably am going to have to get a little bit more airflow to clear the chips. It also creates way more chips than the other one did. So more powerful, quieter. The digital readout is a big upgrade. So the cons, it's more expensive. Right? It's meaningfully more expensive. And depending on your situation, it runs on 220 instead of 110. So I was able to run my own line, so it just cost me the materials. If you're paying labor, etc., consider that part of your cost of entry. Is this going to do what a full-blown 20-inch planer would do for me? No. If I had that option, I would still prefer that, but it wasn't going to come down my stairs. So this is the right answer for my situation in my shop. I'm super excited about it. Many, many more projects are going to go so much more smoother, more efficiently, and actually a little bit quieter going forward. So I'm excited about it. I hope you are excited about it too, but I really appreciate you watching. Thank you so much.